Welcome everybody. Level M Diecast. We are covering another carry forward 5-pack for 2025. We'll go right into this. This is MBX Rescue 5. MBX Rescue 5. All of these models you've seen here have been re-released in this pack. We've seen all of them before. These two in particular we've seen twice already. So the OG release, a re-release, and now the third time. Very disappointing for that. So we'll just go ahead and get to the top pulled open and get our deal going on right here. So very first one is the rescue helicopter. This is the Hero City era rescue helicopter. This is the updated casting. So this is going to be your current casting that has all the updates, which includes the non-movable tail and then the rebuilt propellers on the top that just attach to the base of the model itself. This is the OG release for that one right here. This is the original version of this casting, so it does have the tail section that does come out. You see the top blade is also connected by a kind of a rivet on the top. Sorry about that. So the casting's been significantly changed, obviously. The colors between the two are dramatically different as well, as you can see on there, dramatically different. They also changed up the deco a little bit. This one on the bottom being the OG one, it does say Adlar 58. They kind of moved it back a little bit on this current version. Just a little bit, and you can just see the overall casting's been kind of cleaned up. It's just shrunk up a little bit. Casting is noticeably smaller, as you can tell. Quite a bit smaller as well. Took some of the details kind of out of it. You can see on this one there's like a hook and a reel assembly on there. This one right here still has it, but there's no detail to the reel. You know, you can't see the lines and stuff on there like this one has. So very, very disappointing. Details on the front. You can see they also took out some of the detail in the front. So, and they took out, you know, all the rivet spots and all that good stuff like that. So pretty much like a brand spanking new helicopter for the most part. Then of course the bases are going to be significantly different, the assembly of the model as well. So if you want to be a super completist, obviously this is definitely one you want to pick up, because that one is literally night and day difference between the two. All right, next one up, this is your Dodge Monaco Sheriff's car. So it does say MBX County Sheriff on the side. The shield looks really, really nice, blue and gold. 62 is the number on there. This is the updated casting with, of course, the integrated light bar. When this casting was new, that light bar was added on. It does have a chrome base on here. Pretty straightforward, though. This is, of course, the OG release. This is the original version of the casting, which does have the additional light bar added to the top. So being that this is the updated casting, that is going to be significantly different, obviously. As far as decos on the side, we'll take a look at the decos real quick. The shields are the same. The golds are dramatically different between the two. The new one on the top there is definitely a little bit more golden. The one on the bottom is definitely significantly more brownish kind of colors. Obviously, there's a shade variation in the blue as well. Although it's very, very, very light. Very light. You'd almost not even see it. But what you can see, of course, is that updated light bar now integrated into the casting itself. So the other thing too about this casting is it's a little bit hard to see in there, but if you look in there, there's like a piece in there for the center console or dash instruments or whatever you want to call it. The updated version lost all that interior part, so they took out a lot of that detail, which is unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate. Dramatically different between the two, but you know, they updated it. It's fine. It's the same size casting, you know, they didn't reduce the size of the casting or anything. They just got rid of that updated light bar to, you know, make it cheaper to produce. So that's a significant win. We are 2 for 2 so far, which is actually pretty impressive. The 2006 fire truck, I think is what they still call it. They call it a flame tamer, but this one says 2008. This casting's been modified from its original version. It originally was a lot bigger than this, a little bit longer. I'm not really sure why they shrunk it down, maybe just to be, you know, less parts or whatever. It does have a moving feature. The ladder does pop up, which is fine. The ladder is pretty straightforward. There's no additional sections to it, clearly. There's a tow hitch in the back. The casting originally came out and the tow hitch was actually indented, so to speak, in the casting. So this is the updated one. However, we have already seen the updated one as a release of this one for the fire department. So this one right here is going to be dated H27, and H27, I'm going to pull up my day codes real quick. I do apologize. I'm not ready for this one. H is 2015. So this one is from 2015 for H27. So we'll take a look at our re-release there on the top, the OG on the bottom, new one on the top. Obviously, the red print on the OG one is significantly darker than the new one on the top. Same wheels though, same fit and finish. Deco is the same, a little bit more black in the original one versus the current one. So just kind of lighter up on those prints. Prints on the other side are exactly the same as you'd expect. So that is significant enough. Significant enough. Base details right there. No changes. So all the same prints, all the same numbers, all that good stuff. MB949 being the man number. The new one right here on the top is definitely got a darker base as well. So you kind of need a little bit of the light shade to get that for you, but it does have a darker base on there for sure. All right, moving on to the generic tow truck. This one is just called the Urban Tow Truck. But we have seen this particular deco twice already. So very, very disappointing. There's plenty of these decos that they could have done. Not really sure why they want to redo one that they've already redone. So this one right here is going to be your OG release. This is H41. Again, H is for 2015. That's when this was an originally new deco. And then this was a re-release that we got. This one is dated S09. S, of course, is for 2023. So the OG one here on the bottom. The reds for the tow hook section are different. The re-release was darker than the OG release. The silvers were a little bit different too. The original one had a little bit more metallic to the print. But the decos on the side are exactly the same. Even the blues and the reds, the shades of the reds are exactly the same. And the wheels are the same, unfortunately. So we take our S Class 1, which of course is the most current one. And then we'll put our new one there on the top. So the previous one on the bottom, new one on the top. Prints are the same between the two. Again, no differences, unfortunately. They really don't even change anything up. Same color windows, same wheels, same color for the wheels. Even the blues are the same shade. Very, very disappointing. As far as the tow apparatus in the back, it's a little bit darker on this new one. Just a little bit, though. Not dramatically darker, but a little bit. The only real takeaway you're going to get from this is the fact that there's no date code based placed on the base. So that's really the only way you're going to tell that it's a new version is just by the omittance of the date code. And then the very last one here in the mix, this is the generic ambulance. This is all from it's like 2005. Yeah, 2005 was the original release of this ambulance. Updated the casting in 2017. I think the casting maybe originally was all die-cast, and they moved this section in the back to be plastic. So just the cab is die-cast. There's very little die-cast to this model. Does use that nice kind of off-road sort of utility wheel that was originally developed for new Superfast, which has made a pretty good mark as a kind of a commercial utility vehicle, apparatus wheel, I guess you want to call it. Losing my talking. This is the OG release. This one's dated P48, so P puts us at 2021. So this was already the updated casting, and then we got a re-release of that one. This one is dated S31. Again, S is for 2023. There is no difference between the two of these. There's a little bit of shade variance in the red print. That's it. I mean, these ones were exact. The red interior is exact. The models are exact. The gray is a little bit darker on the second release. But again, it's junk. It's really junk. Comparing the previous one to the current one, it looks like the red's going to go back to being a little bit darker on this upper one. Not dramatically darker, but just a little bit. But the decals are exactly the same. The decal on the other side, of course, is exactly the same. The red interior window is the same as well. Same wheels as well. No front or rear deco print on this one. And then taking a look at the base. The base is a little bit lighter. Just a little bit lighter. But all the details on the base are exactly the same. Man numbers, copyright dates, all that good stuff like that. It's just not enough to be changed. So there you go. That is MBX Rescue number 5, fully carry forward 5-pack. We are still going to get carry forward 5-packs in 2026, by the way. So don't be upset. It's going to happen. However, all the series carryover stuff should go away. So anyways, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about that one. Those two are pretty good. That shade variation is pretty decent. Those two, ultra complete. It's the only way I can say. So We'll catch you next time on here on LMG. Peace.